So I'm just going to give you a brief introduction of Titian, our company, and Mosaic, our software for sample management. So, what's Titian software? So it was founded in 1999. Our headquarters is in London, and that's where most of our employees are. We also have a US office in Westboro, just half hour on good days from here, and an office in Poland. We are specializing in software for sample management. We have about 90 plus employees, and with 3 fully staffed support team here in Westboro and London and Shanghai. As I said, Mosaic is our product suite for sample management. We have deployed in 14 out of the top 20 biopharma, and extending to medium size to small size pharmaceutical companies. So what are our products? I mentioned Mosaic. So for the longest time, we had Mosaic, which was highly configurable, very modular product for sample management. And then within the last 2 years, we found that from our experience with sample management, there is a lot of processes and that were common to all our deployments, so we could make it a lot more efficient by pre-configuring some of the aspects of the products. And we came up with Mosaic Freezer Management, which is really for inventory tracking, and then Mosaic Sample Bank, which adds ordering to that. So these are the modules that make up Mosaic. So we have inventory tracking, which is really the core of the product. And with that, we have a little bit of automation integration. Let's say you have 2D barcoded tubes. We integrate with scanners. Then when you get a little bigger and you want to not only track what you have in your freezers, but start placing orders, you can add ordering, which means also sample processing and workflow management. Then you get even bigger, and then now you need to track between sites, and you start to be a little fancier, where you might have the compound somewhere, the assay runs somewhere else, and so we have our assay requesting module. So in all that, we have a lot of connections with various systems. So we can sit alone, or we can partner with other systems. So this is an example where our customer would use the ChemAxon registration system. Mosaic, our software, would be used to track the inventory, place orders, do assay requesting. And then on the back end, you would have another system for result analysis system. And they would talk to Mosaic to find out about plate maps, for example. So I'll focus on Mosaic Freezer Management to show you some of the integration we have done with ChemAxon. So what's freezer management is basically we can track any types of substances, so small molecules, DNA. As long as you can define them with a set of properties, we can track it. And then any type of labware, so vials, plates, microtubes. As you can see here, we have flasks, vial of bloods, and microtubes, 2D barcoded. And then we can track their content, amounts, and concentration, and so forth. Once you have defined the substance types and then the containers, then you need to define the location you want to track. So this is a representation of our web interface, where you can see we have represented anywhere from the building, the lab, down to the shelf where you have your containers. So this is an example of a view of a substance. This is a small molecule. You can see here the structure is represented, and this is displayed using the Marvin.js. And all the properties are configurable to whatever you want to see right on the Mosaic interface. And this is another type of information you can display. This is a plate, a 96 well plate. If you click on the well, you can find information about the content of the well. So how do you get the information, now that you see how it looks like, into Mosaic? So you can either create the substance using the Mosaic registration system, or if you have your own registration system, then you can connect, and we can connect to it, and then display whatever fields you want to see. If you're using our own registration system, we're working currently, and this is an early shot, of the integration we're working on with ChemAxon, where the user would have the ability to draw it directly here and then register the substance. Then once you have registered the substance, then you can create the container. Here, directly on the web interface, you can create one container, entering all the information, what was the amount, if it's a solution, what's the solvent and concentration. Obviously, this is not a very high throughput method. It works fine when you have 15 samples to enter. If you start to have a lot more, then we have a bulk import. So you can just have all the properties of your substance and containers, and then you can just import the file. So currently, we are importing CSV and Excel file. We are also working with ChemAxon to see if we can import SD files. So now that we have the substance created, the containers created, we start using it, we want to be able to look and search for things that we have in our inventory. So this is our inventory search. So any properties that we track can be then searched on. So you can see the amount, the molecular weight. And again, another functionality we're working on is substructure search directly in our inventory search. And likewise, for the report, you can then display the various information that you have, either about the substance or about the container, and then have the structure right there displayed. So this is my quick presentation. So if you have any question, really feel free to contact me, or you can also visit our website. And thank you very much for your attention.